Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mag. If you're new here, in this video today, we're gonna be talking all about SEO, and this is a hot topic. This is something that people get worked up about, they get freaked out about, they don't understand it. So I'm gonna break it down for you in 5 simple tips that can help you really do well, especially on Etsy with your SEO. So SEO is a fancy way of saying how your search engine is getting that product that you're listing in front of the right customer. So basically, we're trying to get the correct valued product in front of the customer that is looking for it. And honestly, it all leads back to getting the customer what they asked for. So we want to really resonate with the terms that the customer is typing in so that we can rank higher in the search results, especially on Etsy. So think of when you type something into Google or on Amazon, when you're typing in those terms, they're actually considered keywords that are getting you filtered to the correct results for your search. So this leads to my first tip, and that is to be clear and concise of what exactly it is you're selling. So for an example, if you wanted to sell an ebook, right? If you're just using the term ebook, that is a great keyword. However, you're not saying what specifically it is. So if somebody is going to be looking for, let's say, a coaching ebook, they're going to type in the word coaching ebook. But now let's get a little bit more specific. If we're typing in coaching ebook, what are we coaching on? So dog coaching ebook, social media coaching ebook, that right there, long tail keyword, perfect, is going to be telling it the search engine exactly what you're looking for. Be clear, be concise, don't get too specific though. So what I mean by that is, let's say your ebook is pink, okay? We are not going to type in pink pretty ebook for coaches. That's not right, because that's not what somebody is typically going to type in. So sure, maybe 1 or 2 people are going to type that in, but the majority of people are looking for value in that product. So you have to think like the customer, like what would you type in to find that product? This also leads me to my next point, which is your placing matters. So your Etsy title is most important when it comes to SEO. So the very first phrase, or what I'm going to call a long tail keyword, is very important. That first long tail keyword is what is the best way that Etsy is going to understand what exactly you are selling. So you want to make sure that you're using proven long tail keywords as that very first term or phrase in your title. You can then lead with less specific words. So for an example, if we're going off of the ebook, you can then put, digital ebook and different terms like that are adding to it. That might be something that can help the algorithm understand. But that very first long tail keyword is what is the most important when it comes to this, so your placement does matter. Another tip that I want to give to you is doing your research to find these keywords. So if you're completely lost and you're not understanding how to create a proper title, there are things that can help you and that you should use to make sure that you're not using keywords that are just way too saturated. So the best way to do this is to get a keyword research tool. There are a bunch of options, and some of my favorites are Sales Samurai, eRank, and using Etsy itself. I have tutorials on how to use Sales Samurai. It is my number one because I link it directly with my Etsy shop. I can spy on the competition. It's really great. So I will leave all of those linked for you below, but it's a great way to be able to see what the search volume is for that term, which means are people actually searching for it? And it's also going to tell you if that keyword is being used way too much and there's already way too much competition. And this will just help you narrow down. So that's just going to help you create that perfect title and really get those long tail keywords down so that your SEO just looks bomb. And creating an Etsy title really can seem like such a stressful thing, but something that I like to do is I use these keyword research platforms and I take all of the keywords that have a high search volume, but with lower to medium competition, and I put them all in a Google Doc, and then I go back and I curate my title in just going in by order, if that makes sense. So I'm just going back to that doc, adding those in to create the perfect title. Now you can also use Etsy, because if you do start typing in that Etsy search bar, they are going to show you different keywords, and they're not needing to help you, but they actually are, because what they're showing you is what people are actively typing in. So those things that pop up when you start typing a product are not random. I highly recommend that you go over to Etsy, start typing in the product that you're trying to sell, the first like 1 or 2 words, and see what phrases come up, because that is going to show you what people are actively searching for. Again, we do want to be specific to what our product is, but we also want to use keywords that we know people are going to look for and that are actually going to type in to find these items. So another tip I want to give to you is your Etsy description does hold place for SEO. They are using that in their search engine to see what you're selling. So in that very first part of your description, you want to hide your keywords in that description. So some people will copy and paste their title and just put that as the first phrase in the description. I personally, while yes, that could be effective, then your customer clicks on it and might be like weirded out by it. So what I do is I hide those really important keywords in a sentence. So here's an example for you of what I mean by that. And that way I'm still giving the keywords, but I'm also making sense to the customer. I'm not just copying and pasting my title. So that is a preference, but it is just something that I do. And also what is great about using those keyword research tools, like I was talking about before, is when you're creating your tags, even on Sales Samurai, it tells you which tags to use and which ones are proven to work and get clicks. So your tags, your description, and your title all do matter on your Etsy listing for your SEO. So make sure you're doing your research for that, because this is what will make or break your Etsy shop. Before I end this video, I do just want to give you some insight from my own personal experience. I have been selling on Etsy for a while now, and I know that there are a lot of talk about that Etsy SEO is not the only thing that you should focus on. You should run ads, you should do other marketing. When I first started out, all I was doing was focusing specifically on creating the best SEO possible by doing my research, and that alone created so much traffic and sales to my shop. Please understand that when you're selling on platforms like this, Etsy, Amazon, your titles and tags matter. SEO is so important. That is how people are going to find you. Even if they're typing in something into Google, like a phrase of something they're looking for, they can be redirected to your Etsy shop from that if you have good SEO. So it's just something not to sleep on. I really hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, leave a comment below. And I will have an SEO workbook available in the description for purchase at a low cost. If you're interested in it, it goes over some of my best strategies and tips. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.